Well, today is the day. I start the drive to Alaska. I don't like leaving my wife behind, but she cannot ride in a vehicle that long. Plus, we have some obligations here at the Washington house that can't be left unaddressed, and she's going to address those. So, hopefully, God willing, she'll be able to fly up and spend some time. In the meantime, this is the start of the journey. I hope to get some good footage for you all, and keep you posted. God bless. Alright, I'm Highway 9 North. I'm just a little ways out from the border. So we'll see what it looks like once we get there. See what kind of rigmarole I gotta jump through. I've done my stuff online like they require. I've got my test like they require. So we'll see. Hi.
See your passport, and you can see your truck registration.
There's my ID. That's for the truck. Here's for the trailer if you want it.
Where do you live?
22208 Pavlov Drive in Kasilof, Alaska 99610. I just retired from the sheriff's office down in Washington on June 1st, so I'm now moving all my stuff up to my permanent residence.
When did you move there?
Shoot, we bought the property about 5 years ago. We've just been developing it, so now I've got the rest of the stuff. My wife will fly up here in a month. She can't ride, she's disabled.
Any days you intend on being here?
Hopefully I can make it up through within 4 days. I got enough food on board for 5 days, but I'm hoping to make it through as far as I can.
Okay, so what kind of food do you have?
I have some breakfast burritos I made. I have a couple of those, or some of those sub sandwiches you buy that are sealed up, a few apples, and some like V8 drinks and stuff like that.
What kind of meat is on the sandwiches?
Shoot, I don't know. I think it's ham and roast beef. I just grabbed them out of the deli section.
Okay, but we need to know what kind of meat it
I think it's ham and roast beef. I think those are the two that I got. I can grab them in my cooler if you want.
is. When was the last time that you were in Canada?
I drove through, I think, about 2 years ago. I came south. It might have been 3 years ago.
you have any currency equal to or more than $10,000?
No.
Other monetary instruments, gold, bullion,
No.
dollars?
Retired cop. I'm poor.
Moved to Alaska. Everybody in Alaska has that.
Yeah, I wish.
Any business or commercial goods?
No.
Firearm or weapon?
No.
Mace, pepper spray, stun guns, anything like that?
No.
Anything from a duty-free store?
No.
Of alcohol, tobacco, cannabis, CBD?
I have a bottle of unopened tin cup whiskey that was given to me as a retirement gift underneath my bed in the back, packed in a box.
Like half a bottle, like how big is a bottle?
No, it's a full bottle about this big. It's unopened. Yeah, so what is that, 750 milliliters?
I'm not sure. Think
You're-
you have to handle?
I don't know what it's that big. Your typical tin cup. But it's packed, like I said, it's packed underneath. It was a retirement gift.
So you don't have a ride cam then?
I did too, it's right here.
Come up with your ID, so I don't know if you need it or...
I have no idea, this is it. I had to call the number. I called the border services and spoke to George because the ArriveCan hotline number couldn't help me with everything. So George, whoever that is with border services, is the one that walked me through the process.
So are you vaccinated?
No,
You have a mask?
I do. Right here.
Yeah, you have to wear it inside.
What's that?
You're going to have to wear it when you go inside.
Okay.
You have reservations for places you're going to stay at?
No, I'm sleeping in my truck.
Won't be able to do that.
I can't sleep in my truck at a roadside rest or anything.
That's illegal in BC. The rest stops. Again, they're not like in the States where you can stay there.
Okay.
But not being vaccinated, you have to have a quarantine plan and have to be able to tell us exactly where you're going to stay overnight.
Okay.
Park to the left of the canopy, put your mask on there, just report to the counter, please.
Which one?
Whatever one you can fit in, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. Excellent. Well, the bad news is Canada would not let me cross through Canada because I'm unvaccinated. All the stuff online, everything else said if I have a residence up there, which I do, and if I stay in my truck and only pump gas with my card at the thing, at the pumps, I can go through. Everyone I talked to, everything online said all that. So here's the unvaccinated. Here's the reasons for that you can describe that you have to answer there. Passing through Canada to another country, yes, I'm going back to the United States, so that's one. Approved permanent resident who's not yet arrived in Canada, no, I'm not going to Canada as a resident. So, click that, continue. Driving to or from Alaska through Canada. Proof of residence or employment in Alaska if going north. So I have proof of residence. I have my voter ID card. I have my vehicles registered to the residence up there. I just a bunch of paperwork that I had that shows that that's my new residence up there. Valid pre-entry test. Complete your 8-day test, fines and penalties. So I did all that stuff. Going north, driving through the U.S., you must use your vehicle tag while transiting to your destination. Avoid contact with others while in transit. Remain in the vehicle as much as possible. Not make any necessary stops. Practice physical distancing at all times. Pay at the pump if you need gas. Use drive-through if you need food. Wear a suitable mask while in transit unless you're alone in a private vehicle. Ensure good hygiene practices. So my whole plan was to sleep in my truck when I needed to sleep, because I have a bed made in the back under the canopy and whatnot. I have extra fuel in the trailer so I can not have to stop at a gas station if needed. There would probably have been 2 stops at a gas station en route based on the amount of fuel I had, and those would have been paid at the pump. However, when I was up getting questioned at the border, they said I needed to have reservations for places to stay because I wasn't allowed to sleep in my truck. It was against the law. So, I mean, it makes no sense on here. Remain in the vehicle as much as possible. I mean, that's what you're doing. So I went through the whole thing. I did everything. They also said I didn't do the ArriveCAN and submit the documents in a timely manner, or didn't have the documents at all, where on my phone I clearly had the barcode. I clearly had the barcode that was sent showing that I had submitted the documents, along with my negative COVID test and everything else. So it's like the webpage says one thing, the people at the border say a different thing. You call their ArriveCAN phone number for assistance. I called them because of the quarantine questions. I mean, I have no address I'm staying. They wanted you to quarantine for 14 days in Canada, even though they say you don't have, if you're exiting Canada before the 14 days, you can. But I don't know anyone in Canada. How can I give someone's address there? So I used the border address. He said I could do that. The ArriveCAN phone number was totally useless. They referred me back to the Border Patrol agents, who in turn, that's the ones that told me just to use the border crossing address for my quarantine location. So I think it was a matter of, once I got to the border and I handed them my documents and I told them I was unvaccinated, I started receiving question after question after question. I was told to pull over, go inside, mask up. I was the only one masked up inside, obviously because I'm unvaccinated. And again, question after question. And they said, even though I have a residence in Alaska, because we still have a home in Washington that my wife is staying in, I'm not allowed to drive through. Now, if I had this home here in Washington listed for sale, or it was sold and all my furniture was in my trailer, then they might make an exception. But because I have a place to return to in Washington and I'm unvaccinated, I could not drive through. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to drive through and get some good video, because it is truly a beautiful country. And truly, the majority of the Canadian people are wonderful people. It's just the politics of their government and their restrictions sometimes get in the way of common sense, I think. Whether you're vaccinated or unvaccinated, I believe that's a choice, okay? So, be that as may, I'm going to fly up, and we'll see about how we can make arrangements to get my truck and trailer with all the materials and stuff like that to get the cabin ready for winter living up there in a timely manner. Obviously, it won't be me driving it because I'm not going to lower my standards and get a shot for something I truly don't believe in. So, I'm sorry to tell you, but the drive up through Canada will not be documented. which is unfortunate because it's a very beautiful drive. It's a bucket list drive, but obviously they don't like unvaccinated people. So I don't know what to say, but I'm heading home. I guess the plan's going to be I'm going to fly up when I get back. So sometime in the next couple of days, I'll fly up. I'll be up there. I'll have an opportunity to get my Alaska ID to go with my residency up there. And I've got a friend that's already offered up that lives in Alaska to fly down and drive my truck and trailer up. So we will see. But it is what it is.